episode of Coffee and Crypto. My name is Don. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. If you are watching it live, good afternoon, happy Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. I have, once again, as I always say, a great episode for you today with plenty of things to get through. Of course, you've seen from the title that a bit of a bold statement that Bitcoin is the stupidest investment that you can make. Well, why have I said that? Well, you'll have to stay tuned and find out exactly what I mean by that. But anyway, let's crack on with today's video. I hope you all have had your morning coffee, or you are on potentially your lunch break and you have a coffee at hand ready to go on and learn about the boring world of crypto. So first things first, before we're moving to the prices, of course, first of all, join CC Pro if you haven't already. And if you don't, good luck. Don't come running when the prices start to moon, because I'm sick of seeing you join when the time is not the time to join. Nah, I'm joking, right? But in all honesty, please make sure if you are looking to get some help with crypto, with the community, be informed each and every single day. Have private members live streams where you can ask us Q&A, direct questions with trades, whatever it may be. Basically, the place to be to keep your mind at ease for literally like £1 per day. CC Pro is the place to be. So yeah, jump in there ASAP, and hopefully we can help out at some point. But yeah, you'll see the link in today's description for when you're ready to join CC Pro. Anyway, with that being said, let's look at some prices, because, well, surprisingly, Bitcoin is up in price and many altcoins are also up in price, and well, I guess that's lovely to see. So Bitcoin's currently sitting at $30,667, up 2.5% on the day. We then have Ethereum at $1,677, BNB at 220, XRP at 53 cents. We then have Solana at $29, Cardano 26 cents, Dogecoin at 0.06, then Tron at 0.09. So most things are up quite substantially, I guess, on the week. Even Chainlink, let's not forget to mention Chainlink, because Chainlink is up 35% the past week. So, yeah, I mean, even Solana's up 30%. So things have really been moving the past week, which, of course, is what we love to see, with it being October, or should I say Uptober. We thought we had lost it for a bit, because, you know, the second week of October was a bit rocky, but we're now into the third week and things are looking a bit better, because even the market cap is up 2.5%, up at 1.16 trillion. So yeah, so far so good in terms of prices and how they are looking and how they have been performing. But look, we're here for the long run. We're here to learn, and let's crack on with some news. So the first piece of news coming from the UK. So no, Crypto Potato, I did not want to give you my email address. That's about the third time it's asked me. So I've moved, well, slightly. Last episode on, when was the last live? Was it Wednesday? I did say that I didn't want to use Cointelegraph as much, and I have dabbled with Crypto Potato before, so yeah, I've tried to pull a few articles from here, and I will continue to do so and try and get away from Cointelegraph, because they're, we don't really like them too much anymore, for reasons we all know. But the first part of news then coming from the UK, like I said, is about London's police have to unleash a specialised 40-member unit to hunt down crypto criminals. The big bad crypto criminals running the UK. So, UK crypto fraud cases surged by 41% to 306 million in the past year, highlighting the need to combat crypto crime, apparently. Now, in a decisive move to counter the escalating use of cryptocurrencies in criminal activities, London's Met Police established a 40-member team specialising in crypto investigations. Now, the move comes as authorities express mounting concerns that digital currencies now play an endemic role in organised crime. So cash doesn't? No? Have you just forgot about cash? Anyway, Since its inception in May, the specialised squad has swiftly responded to 74 intelligence referrals, resulting in 19 active criminal investigations. This proactive approach reflects law enforcement's urgency in addressing the rising tide of crypto-related crimes. Now, the allure of cryptocurrencies for criminal network lies in their capacity of structure assets to enable seamless cross-border transactions. Bitcoin in particular has been long favoured for its ability to shield illicit wealth transfers, presenting a considerable challenge for law enforcement agencies worldwide. So, recent statistics from the leading law firm, RPC, reveal that 41% surge in reported UK crypto fraud cases over the past year, amounting to a staggering £306 million worth. So this stark increase underscores the urgent need for targeted efforts to combat crypto-enabled criminal activities. So their main focus here is the fact that there's been £306 million worth of criminal activities performed whilst sending crypto, apparently, based on what this law firm have found. So they have decided since May to put a 40-man task, a specialised squad, as it's called, on the task of trying to find out who's using these wallets, I guess. Now, I mean, look, I'm an advocate for crypto, obviously, right? So I'm partial to sticking by crypto or being in favour of crypto, but why is it that you only see stuff like this when it comes to crypto? Because they're trying to crack down on it, they're trying to get their piece of the pie, whatever it may be. £306 million is literally zero when it comes to the bigger picture of what else goes on in the UK. I'm pretty sure actually recently there was a stash of like drugs or whatever found in Manchester. I don't know if anyone remembers that story, but I'm pretty sure it was more than that was found. It's like, why don't you just focus on other things rather than trying to kind of get your head around this supposed £306 million worth of crypto fraud or whatever it may be. Anyway, 40 people have apparently been put onto this specialist task force to hunt down the crypto criminals of society. So beware of these crypto criminals who are going to ransack your house and steal all your things. Moving on. The SEC has between a 3 and 14% chance of success in the Ripple appeal, apparently a lawyer has said. So, obviously big news last week was that we seen, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson essentially dropped from the trial from the SEC going against them, which is positive. Again, it's not a win, or it's not really anything yet because the case will continue, but it's a win because those parts of the cases have been dropped. Now, I have seen speculation that the reason the SEC have dropped that part of it is so that they can quicker appeal and quicker get the case kind of put through to enable then potentially them to get more money back or something, or to appeal the decision or whatever it is. Like, there's many things or many speculation points going about regarding why they have decided to drop this. In my opinion, I think it was just fugazi anyway. I don't think it was necessarily required. But yeah, look, like I said, I'm not getting super excited yet. Yes, it's great to see this, but the case still continues. There is no settlement or kind of end of case yet. So just, calm back down. If you did get excited, fantastic, but just don't get too excited because it doesn't really mean that much quite yet. Anyway, this article says then that the US SEC have a very slim chance of winning its appeal against Ripple with the ongoing lawsuit, according to Bill Morgan, who is a lawyer who has apparently worked quite closely with the lawsuit. So, Mr. Bill Morgan then, on a post from X, argued that there is no obvious appealable error other than if Ripple's favour regarding ODL sales which don't meet at least 2 prongs of the Howey test, while adding that there is a very slim chance of about 3% for the SEC's success in getting an appeal against Ripple. So here's the tweet here. It says, I don't see any obvious appealable error. Again, I've literally just read that. But here's the official tweet. What he said, he believes there's a 3% chance. It's a retweet from Jeremy Hogan. Again, we all know who Jeremy Hogan, don't know why I said that, strange, is, because we've been following him for 2+ years now, along with the case with Ripple versus the SEC, or actually the SEC versus Ripple is the correct way to say it. But yeah, here you go. Here's some stats. Pause today's video, have a look over that to get a look if you are so interested in that. But basically, the article's saying that, well, the prediction is saying that it came in response to another statistic shared by Jeremy Hogan, who shared the government's data on the rate of success in appeals of different types of lawsuits. The data suggests that the SEC has a 14.2% chance of winning an appeal against Ripple. So, you're saying there's a chance, basically. So, like I said, it's great, positive, it's fantastic to see the fact that Ripple have, I guess, got this little small win, but there's still a 14% chance that the SEC could win. Look, whether it's a 1% chance or a 2% or a 14% chance, there is a chance. So let's let the trial play out. Let's see what happens. In my personal opinion, I do strongly believe that the SEC will lose and Ripple will become successful in this lawsuit. The same kind of way that I have said since day one of this, since 2020, I've said the exact same thing. My opinion hasn't changed. But like I said, based on the facts here, they have a chance, basically. So yeah, just bear that in mind when you are thinking about the lawsuit, etc., because there's a chance. Anyway, moving on to some Binance news. So, crypto exchange Binance restores its Euro services after finding a new fiat partner. Now, why am I covering this news? Well, the reason being is obviously you would have seen that Binance in the UK have stopped onboarding new customers until they have a new partner. Now, this happens quite often. We just don't hear about it too much. But because it's a big name like Binance, well, it's in the news. So, this is a potential positive future we have coming ahead with Binance and UK users, because they had a similar type of issue in the European markets, but they have fixed it as they've got a new partner, which they are actively doing in the UK as well. So that's why I wanted to cover this article. So it says here then that Binance has announced it has onboarded new partners to handle Euro deposits and withdrawals 1 month after losing its previous fiat partner, PaySafe, in September. Now, in October 19th, Binance announced that it had signed agreements with new fiat partners for Euro payments, deposits and withdrawals. The move follows regulatory and debanking woes in the European Union, where the firm was forced to look for a new banking partner after losing support from PaySafe last month. Now, Binance said that users have already started to migrate the new services provided by a number of new regulated and authorised fiat partners, and it did not actually specify which firms it had partnered with. So I guess we don't really need to know that right now, but like I said, the moral of, I guess, this story is that, yes, Binance and even Bitget have had some issues with regulations in the UK. However, they have put a suspension on services for this exact reason. I wanted to prove to you that this happens. So Binance did have this issue in the European Union, but they have now solved this issue in the European Union and things are starting to migrate and get back to normal. So that's why I strongly believe that things will be okay for Bitget and for Binance and for KuCoin and for any other exchange that's having issues in the UK. There'll be a few months of, what's going on, let's find a new partner, let's kind of figure out what regulation we need to stick to, let's get the licenses and whatnot. And I have spoke to a couple of exchanges who I won't name. I spoke to a couple of exchanges the past month, and I do know that they are actively applying for these licenses, but it will take time, obviously, to get these licenses put in place. So until then, we need to sit back, relax, and just wait for this all to be approved. But yeah, I do strongly believe that things will be back to normal-ish very, very soon, hopefully by Q1 of 2024. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so the thumbnail, the title of today's video, here's why it's called Bitcoin is the stupidest investment ever. So, does everyone know who Charlie Munger is? If you don't know, you should know, because we have spoken about him many, many times. He is, I think he's like 186 years of age, so he has been around for quite some time. And yeah, you will have seen him at some point. Go Google him after this. You know exactly who it is. But he has come out recently and said that Bitcoin is the stupidest investment ever. So, let's get into it and explain why. So, well, the first part, this first sentence, maybe will explain why, but here we go. Berkshire Hathaway's Charlie Munger, so there we go. Have you realised why he may be calling it the stupidest investment ever yet? So yeah, anyway, he pulls no punches when it comes to criticising Bitcoin and crypto, but his latest rejoinder might not pass a fact check as literally true. So, while giving a recent keynote address for Zoom's 2023 Zoomtopia conference, the Berkshire Vice President said that Bitcoin is the stupidest investment I ever saw. He didn't stop there though. Charlie Munger went on to say that most cryptocurrencies aren't just unprofitable, but he thinks that bag holders will eventually lose all their money. He quoted to say, "Don't get me started on Bitcoins. Most of those investments are going to zero." Now, he's not entirely wrong on that second count, because, well, we've said it actively before, 99.9% of things do go down, and 99% of cryptos will probably fail in the long run. So, as much as I don't 100% agree with him, I do kind of see his point slightly. Now, referring to all cryptos as Bitcoins, plural, Munger is correct that most cryptos will likely go to zero. At least so far, that has historically been true of crypto projects. We've seen that many times before, and even exchanges like FTX. Now, there have been thousands of new crypto projects created since the genesis of Bitcoin and its decentralized computing cousin, Ethereum. Cough and crypto apparently is back. I don't know where that cough came from. But the track record is that most new crypto projects fail, and in fact 80% of new altcoins fail within a year. Even Ripple's Chad Garlinghouse, as we like to call him, says that 99% of cryptos will probably go to zero. But let's put these numbers in context. So that's not unlike the failure rate for new restaurants or new businesses in any segment. Just ask any venture capitalist or angel investor. That doesn't mean that the industry is completely worthless or stupid, though. It just shows you how difficult it is to get new business profitable, and that picking the winner is easier said than done, even for knowledgeable experts like VCs and angel investors. Now, the new restaurants, tech startups, and blockchain projects that do succeed so greatly that their profits pay for their losses capitalists incur for a failing investment. And basically all that means is, say you invest in 10 projects, but 4 of them are actually successful and 6 of them fail. Well, the money that you've put into it collectively, with just those 4, will make up everything that you've kind of put in, if that makes sense. I think I might have absolutely messed that up. But yeah, you invest in 10 projects, 6 go to zero, so you lose all your money in those 6, but the money that you make from those 4 is way more than you put in, so it kind of cancels out any of those losses. And that's basically what they're trying to put across here is, look, yes, things do go to zero, things do fail. That's part of investing. That's not just a crypto thing. Ask anyone, well, if you know anyone who is a big time investor in many asset classes, that's just what happens. Risk to reward. If it was so easy, everyone would do it, but everyone doesn't do it because it's not that easy and it's very, very risky. So yeah, that's the point they're trying to make here with this article. Now, is Bitcoin really the stupidest investment Munger ever saw? Now, as for Bitcoin, it certainly isn't the stupidest investment Charlie Munger ever saw, even though the longtime Berkshire Hathaway vice president was using hyperbole. He's seen some worse investments. For example, in 2019, Berkshire Hathaway lost $4.5 billion in a single day on its 2015 investment into Kraft Heinz. To his credit, Warren Buffett was pretty quick to fess up on overpaying for the acquisition. But if the Berkshire Dons willing to buy into high-flying stock like the 2015 Kraft Heinz to own some of the cheese and ketchup business, what's so stupid about the price volatility of a borderless, deflationary digital currency secured by a peer-to-peer network? You get my point here. So yeah, that's pretty good. Fair play to Crypto Potato and whoever wrote that article, because it's saying, look, we kind of agree with you, Mr. Munger, that some of these investments are worthless. They will go to zero. But do you remember what happened in 2019 when you lost $4.5 billion in a single day? Did that just get forgotten about because you tried to buy into the ketchup business? Or is that just, that's fine because it's not crypto and you didn't want to invest in it? You know, it's like, yeah. Anyway, you get the point here. A man who is 175, 176 years of age, whatever age he is, he's in his hundreds anyway. He is one of the oldest men on planet Earth that has been publicly known. Is trying to give you advice on an asset class that's 13 years old and has already proved that it's here to stay, and has already proved that it can profit and it can loss within set periods of time. These old geezers, look, you need to kind of take your hat off to them. Obviously, they've made a bit of money. Berkshire Hathaway, we all know it's one of the most famous investment firms. Warren Buffett, one of, if not the most famous investment man kind of known, well, publicly. Again, some of the kind of guys over in Saudi, I'm sure, are probably better investors, but they're not public. But yeah, it's hard to take advice from men who are hundreds of years old. And yeah, it's why, again, I've said this so many times before about Warren Buffett. It's like, cool, look, all respect to that man. He's seen a lot, he's made a lot, he's done a lot. But when he was investing back in the, I don't even know, the 1900s, the 1910s, 1920s, whatever it was, life was a bit different then. There wasn't this type of investment available. These guys probably can't even work a phone or a computer, let alone understand what a blockchain is. So do you really think that they're going to be jumping on board? Like, their heads would literally, and their hands would probably just turn to dust if they were to handle any of this stuff. So look, they stay in their lane, we will stay in our lane. Us degenerates will stay over here on the crypto side of things. It's what we know. He knows old school business, buying business. Well, apparently they don't, because they lost $4.5 billion, but that's fine. They apparently know businesses, buying businesses and making investments in that world. I preferably know about crypto investments, etc. Don't know a huge amount about their side of things and buying companies and whatever. Know a little bit, but really don't know enough to make investments. And it's why I prefer crypto, because it's what I know. But yeah, these guys are calling Bitcoin the stupidest investment ever, yet they're the ones sweeping under the carpet how much they've lost by trying to buy ketchup. So yeah, let that be a lesson that you need to just stay in your lane. And that's not just in crypto, by the way, that's just in life as well. Stay in your own lane, focus on you, do your thing, put the blinkers on, don't worry about anyone else, just focus on you, your investments, what you're doing, your plan. And if you don't know that, give me a call. Well, I'll give you a call, book in for a consultation, and I'll help you with that plan, because I'm in a position to give you the experience of the wins, the losses, and the things to avoid that will then help build out your plan. So don't worry about what your friend's doing, what your partner's doing, your cousin's doing, your workmate's doing, what I'm doing. Focus on you. Focus on what you're doing as a plan, because, well, at the end of the day, that's all that actually matters. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the last part of, well, I guess moving on to some more rich people rich people news, billionaire news. Why not? Let's just talk about all the billionaires. But good news for Michael Saylor, because his MicroStrategy's profits from Bitcoin are back in profit. Hurrah! Must be nice. So it says here that his average purchase price was $29,582. The current price of Bitcoin, well, it's actually higher than this, but it is $29,925 at the time of writing this article. That means that he's in profit of $343 per Bitcoin, meaning that currently he's in $54.27 million in profit. That's not bad, is it? So just from being in profit of just over $300 per Bitcoin, because he's got that many of them, he's in $54 million worth of profit. It must be nice. It must be nice. But yeah, look, just think about it. When Bitcoin goes back to its all-time high, in fact, more than that, he's going to be on, what, $10 billion? So he's going to be in like $5 billion of profit. And that's before things really kick off. And will Bitcoin get to 100k? Well, he's got 158,000 of them. Only time will tell. We'll check back in 12 to 18 months' time and we'll see exactly what Michael Saylor is up to. In fact, can someone do the quick maths on that? What's 158,245 times, I guess 100,000. That's a pretty easy sum, isn't it? Anyway, is that like 15 billion? Anyway, maybe not give me that sum, but yeah, in fact, no, comment below that sum because it helps the algorithm on YouTube if you comment stuff. So just comment some random stuff. Just everyone, I don't care what it is. It doesn't even need to be a comment. Just type some stuff on your keyboard right now and send it. Just because, why not? Yeah, anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed the content. A little bit different. Well, is it a little bit different? No, I think it's been pretty much the same as every other episode. But I am in a better mood than I was last week, which you may have noticed. It's Monday, and I guess it's sun shining outside. Maybe that's why. But anyway, like I said, loads of news I've got through today. If you did join us late on the live stream, of course, watch it back. I'm about to post this whole video on the channel for you to watch back. So yeah, double back, go watch it, or even just scroll back and watch today's video. Drop it a like, drop it a comment. Like I said, just type stuff on your keyboard and hit enter. It doesn't matter. Just give me a comment, help the algorithm. YouTube doesn't help crypto pages, so yeah, we got to do what we got to do. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want. If you don't, that's fine. I don't mind. But just in case you wanted to, there is a subscribe button just down to your left, and it's free to do so, but it helps me out massively. So yeah, do what you must with that. Anyway, I'll see you all on the next episode of Coffee and Crypto. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Share it with someone that needs to see it. There's a lot of good news in today's video. And remember, of course, everything that I say in these videos is never financial advice. I don't ever want to give you any type of advice, and you never should take any advice from someone in the internet. We're not professionals. We don't have anything to do with what you need. So yeah, let's just make sure you do your own research. Ensure that you know that your capital is always at risk when it comes to investing, and never invest in crypto unless you know what you're doing. So yeah, speak to you all very, very soon on that note. See ya.